Welcome back to the Sunny Views. Today we have very interesting guests, 3 teachers from our school. And I wanted to do this podcast to show you guys that teachers are not just random people, random characters in our life, but they also actually have their own life. And so we're here today to discover more about their life. So to start off, can you guys please introduce yourself? What do you teach and for how long have you guys been teaching?
I'm Mr. Smith. I teach geography and I'm in my 9th year of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I am Barbara and Miss Sanvedo.
First.
And I teach business and I've been teaching for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Callum, I'm Mr. McDonald, and I have been teaching for 13 years, I think.
Okay, and what made you guys want to become a teacher to start off?
I'll take this one first. So when I was at university, I started my own business. I didn't overly enjoy university, so to kind of distract myself, I started up my own business, and it was not successful. I lost, I think, £14,000 between the two. I had my best friend at university. We started the business, but I learned lots from doing it. And when that ended and I finished university, I went off travelling. And when I came back, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And if I'm being honest, I spoke to my mum. And my older brother's a PE teacher. And she said, what about teaching? You know, during the holidays, you can try and start up a business and it'll be a safe alternative. And my exact response was, I can't imagine anything more depressing than staying in one place while everyone gets older and passes you by. But I tried it and I loved it. And I've still not started a successful business.
And what did you study at university?
Studied,
business?
Finance and marketing. Finance marketing.
What business did you start off briefly?
It was a website to basically help students connect. Help connect and find flatmates that had similar interests. And we got funding from the university and stuff. It was a great idea, just executed really, really, really badly.
Okay.
But we were 18, so.
Yeah.
So now it will be better.
So now I teach it, yeah.
What about you, Miss?
I started giving tuition when I was at university to make a few extra money. And the reward from students, saying that I was able to explain things very, very well, and they were very happy, and all of a sudden they would understand things, made me feel very proud. But then after I went on, I went traveling as well, and then I set up my own business, which was something completely different. And then 10 years ago, a little bit over 10 years ago, we moved from Ireland to Spain. And at the time, it wasn't easy to find a job in Spain. So the first thing was teach English. So that's what I started with. And then I moved on to international schools, and here I am.
Okay.
I was similar to Callum. I didn't start a business for all that, but no, I didn't know what to do coming to the last few months of university, didn't have a clue what to do, and then rang my mum and she said, why don't you try teaching? My older sister was a teacher, and my mum said, look, you get 13 weeks off holiday, you can do sport, you can do whatever you like, travel, and then did it, and I love it, so I feel very lucky. But I did it for the holidays at the start,
okay.
Definitely. That's why.
So I chose you guys because I've heard that from what I know from school and everything, you guys have very different lives. I know that you, sir and miss, you have kids. And I consider you, Mr. Smith, as quite a young teacher, if I can say.
That's good.
You're in the Okay, but he doesn't have kids yet. So I have a few questions for you. So first, was it a big... So you went from university immediately to school. Teaching, right?
Yeah.
Was it a big jump? Was it really weird to find your place as a teacher when you were a student?
Yeah, teacher training for me was really hard. Mm-hmm. It was I loved university, and I was still in that kind of university life. And in my head, I was still in that university life. And then I went into teacher training, and it was a massive jump. You have lessons, you've got stuff to do like essays and assignments, and it was a real kind of, wow, this is the real world. and I was like, I don't think I can do this. And all year it was hard. It was just a tough year, the teacher training year. And then my mum and dad said, just keep going, see if you enjoy the real one. It might be a bit different. And wow, it's very different. It's when you've got your own classes, you're in charge of everything yourself, you kind of learn to become the teacher you are. So yeah, for me, it's the biggest, you know what, GCSE to A level, huge jump, I think. I do honestly. And then I think university to teacher training was a big jump as well. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah. Okay,
so the interesting part of this podcast, can you guys, each of you guys, walk through a real day in your life, but no polished version, a real day from when you wake up, when you're at home, at school, and then when you go back home? What do you do?
It's horrific. No, it's different. I think it's different at different points in your life. So at the moment, my youngest is 1, coming 2 in a few days, and my other one is 4. So my day starts at 5:30. And we get up to walk our dogs. So one of us walk the dogs, and the other one gets kind of packed lunches ready and stuff. And you get the kids up. We stick them in the car. They usually cry about something that you knocked over their Lego castle or something outrageous that you didn't mean to do, or give them their own breakfast. And then I drive in from El Palo. It takes about 40 minutes, and arrive here, drop Arlo, our little one, off at school.
He's in the school?
He's in reception, which is lovely. It's really nice.
Okay.
And he loves it. And then we go and drop Alba off at nursery, and then come back. So I'm here for about 8:20.
Okay.
And then it's usually sitting cover for whoever's off. And then some days I've got no classes, and then days like today I've got 5 classes.
Oh.
So it's, and then it's on to teaching. So you usually plan, if I'm being honest, plan the night before. At the moment, it's a bit pushed. And then it's just
the night before is organised.
The night before, yeah. I think that sometimes you can't plan far in advance, because it's very nice to think that you could plan all these things in advance, but the reality is lessons never go to plan. So you go at different paces, and so generally speaking, planning the night before for the lessons ahead.
And after school, when you go home?
Sleep.
I agree.
Finish the day, collect the kids, drive home, drive past McDonald's as quickly as you can, so your kids don't try to go to McDonald's, and then get home, kids fed, in bed for about 7, and then by about 8 they've stopped crying and they're asleep, and think about planning, and then stop work about 9:30.
Okay. What about you, Miss?
Well, I get up at 6, and I have to do everything because Sean is basically asleep until 9 o'clock in the morning, even though he walks around like a zombie. So prepare breakfast, prepare lunch for him to take to school, feed the cat, clean around a little bit, get ready, more or less decent. And then I also have to drive to here from Malaga. So I'm here by 8:20, 8:30, depending. Then, the usual teaching hours. Sometimes I have extra classes after school. And then after I pick up Sean, and then we go back to Malaga, and usually he goes for his activities, and I have either to go to the supermarket, put on the laundry, clean the house, or correct exams, or correct homework. We have dinner around 8, and by 9:30 I'm dead in bed.
Well, that's healthy.
That's my day.
Because this is what I found so interesting, because what you were just saying, that you go home and, you go to the supermarket, the laundry, I literally see my mom doing this, and I wouldn't imagine, I know it is like that, but it's funny to see, a business teacher at school, like, she also does that.
No, so we also cook dinner.
I know.
You don't believe we have lives outside.
We do eat.
Theoretically, I know it, but I know you guys are humans and everything, but it's always a bit,
strange.
Weird. Strange.
What about you? We become more human during the weekend.
When
we have this little bit of extra time.
Yeah. What about you, sir?
So I'm not as busy as these two. I mean,
Just you wait.
Yeah.
so I get up 7. Sometimes I sleep in, and then I should get the 7:50 train. Sometimes I miss that, but I should get that train. Getting to school maybe about 8:30, and then start school and get through school, and then I get home, I don't know, 5:30, and then that's when I like have a cup of tea and biscuits and chocolate and like donuts,
Well.
and that's watch TV, watch YouTube, and then that's kind of been like a routine of mine for all 9 years. That kind of getting in with the biscuits with the tea.
This is
that
why
needs to
you.
stop.
This is why you're marking 3 reports in one night, huh?
I need to market more of them. And then I've got time to do stuff. So in Spain, I've been a lot more active and played sport after school, and then kind of go to bed, get ready for the next day. But
I'm jealous. I'm gonna start waking you up at 6 o'clock in the morning,
Please do.
calling him on Teams. Get up.
Well, do you guys do activities like Mr. Smith was saying? Do you guys like do activities out of school, like any sports, any hobbies that you like a lot?
I did. And but not now, not
No?
anymore. No, I really, honestly, don't have the time. So
I'm trying. So I
Yeah.
basically I go out for runs every now and again, and I'm trying to get my little boy into tennis.
Oh, that's
So we
nice.
play tennis with each other. And I got a Spanish lesson. I do Spanish lesson, but probably not enough. But
Yeah.
when they're older, I'll do more, I think.
Okay. So what is one thing that if you would tell students, they would be shocked that they don't know about like your school life, and if you would tell them, they would be like, "Wow, crazy." If there's anything, I don't know if there's anything that's
school life.
yeah,
like-
students wouldn't know about.
yeah, that's it. That student wouldn't know about. Maybe there isn't anything, I don't know, but if
I mean,
there
this is like a really boring one, but when I was at school, I didn't think teachers taught the same lesson multiple times. But like when I was back in the UK, I had like 4 or 5 year 9 classes. So I literally taught the same lesson 5 times. Here I do it twice. But like that's interesting. And I'm sad, I make the same jokes at the same point of the lesson. I do like the same
Over
things.
the
at the
years,
same,
it's the same.
yeah, it's literally identical lessons almost. I mean, you've changed them, but that was something I didn't realise, that teachers teach the same lesson multiple times. It's
Yeah.
great.
Makes it easier.
And
Is there anything else I could think of?
yeah, anything else?
I thought you meant something from when we were at school, but I don't know.
Well, it might be if there's something.
I was expelled,
Oh my god.
but not for anything terrible.
Oh my god, tell us.
I was expelled from both school and university. That's
Both. Like,
both, but for different reasons.
Are they okay reasons?
They're okay reasons. So one, in Scotland it's weird. You get your A level, you get your hires, which are kind of equivalent to A levels. They're somewhere between an AS, year 12, and an A level. Not quite as difficult. And you do them in 1 year. But you can get them in year 12 effectively. So you have your grades you need to go to university. So I had my grades, and I was not attending enough. And I had asked someone to sign me in to say that I was in school when I wasn't, and the school found out and asked me to leave.
That's
So
kind
I
of
left.
funny.
So yeah, I think teachers are not angels when we're we
Yeah,
make silly
obviously.
mistakes.
Obviously, that's also something I find interesting, that you guys probably all went through our age and did stuff, and it's funny to think about
Yeah,
it.
you gotta be human. You make mistakes.
So I was also gonna ask, do you guys have a lot of work outside of school? Apart, like I was thinking, probably marking exams, but apart from that, do you have to do a lot of work?
yes. Me.
Yes?
Yes. I do have to do a lot of work because all the PowerPoints I use are made by me, and then I try to modify them every year and add things or take off things and make them more interactive. I work all summers on the,
Wow.
work all summer preparing the classes for the following year. And then obviously all the marking, which is in business is huge, and I guess in geography as well. But like business and economics are really like, when it's mock time, it's like use ChatGPT.
What about you guys?
For me, as I'm getting older, not as much. When my first
Yeah.
few years back in the UK, I was working a lot outside of school. But I like to stay at school. I would try and work as much at school. I didn't like taking it home. So I would stay quite late at school. Here, not as much because I'm a bit more experienced. So planning-wise, I kind of do a lot of planning just in school. And then it's the marking. So like last night I was marking, but I'm not marking loads, but that's when I'm working at home, it's marking, which for me is the worst part of the job. I really don't like marking.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nobody does,
No,
really.
no.
Well, there's a question that
What's
is,
the worst part?
it's what is the hardest part of teaching that no one warned you about?
Marking.
Marking? Is it that bad?
Yes, it is.
As
Sorry.
as a student, and like still now, I kind of think it's chill to mark exam because you can put like some TV
When
show
you
on and
have-
just mark your exam.
No, you can't put on anything. You must be there, and sometimes you have 30 times the same essay.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's
Repeat it
essay, I
over.
get it. But if it's short questions,
Short questions may be okay, but when you have long questions and you have to take into consideration the structure of the question, you know, the proper answer, the proper knowledge, and then a lot of times there are things that you write in your essays that are not in the mark scheme, so you have to evaluate whether the answer is still okay or not. I mean, I wish I was a math teacher, honestly.
I was going to say, I think for subjects like business
Yeah.
and economics, it's difficult because sometimes it can be a little bit subjective.
imagine
And
English
you-
lit.
And it's horrible because you're
Exactly.
marking it thinking, I'm not 100% sure
Yeah.
that, and it's because it's subjective. I mean, something like geography where you learn about volcanoes and rivers. And
Yeah.
it's just basically all.
It's all
Anytime I
volcanoes
go
and
into
rivers.
Mr. Smith's classroom, it's always volcanoes.
It's always volcanoes.
It's just volcanoes.
It's always
We love volcanoes.
Volcanoes are hot. Okay, yeah. 20 out of 20.
So what is the funniest thing a student has ever said or done in class in your whole experience, if you can remember anything? That was really
Loads.
funny. Actually,
Loads. Especially with your group.
hopefully
kids
not
your
about
age.
me.
Not you in particular, but like the kids of your age. Like, I don't know, can I say names?
Yeah, I guess.
No.
No?
Okay.
No,
One,
okay,
one student put together a rap thing and he performed in class. This rap song about like how business is cool and all these things. It was really, really nice. And then sometimes on teams, the students put funny jokes, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
So no, I have a lot of fun actually, especially with the older kids.
What about you?
I was listening to you. I was trying to think of specific things. I can't think of a unique moment, but I think it's nice because particularly when you teach the older students, generally you spend more time with them than you're spending with your own family. You know, I'll see my mum and dad maybe twice in a year, 3 times in a year maybe. My brother lives in Australia. I see him once every 4 years maybe.
Wow.
But you see them 6 hours a week, so you get a good relationship. You get
You get attached.
chat,
I
good
guess.
banter with them, and just silly things. It's good fun.
What about you? Sid?
I'm the same as Callum. Like, I can't think of specifics, but it's hilarious. I mean, with your classes, with all the classes, it's really funny, isn't it? I genuinely find students really funny. So yeah, no, I can't think of specifics, but it's funny.
And would you guys be able to think about maybe one of the most chaotic lesson you've ever had? No, or a very bad.
It's awful. I mean, in the early years of teaching, honestly, it is awful. When you've got the
Actually.
class, you've got 30 of them in front of you, and you lose control, and you can feel it happening. You feel it happening
It's
in
true.
your...
Actually,
Yeah,
in
you have
your-
that moment in which you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
going to calm them down.
Yeah, and you just have to somehow do something. But yeah, it is really awful. I can't give you specifics,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's when you know when they're talking amongst themselves or difficult.
I
It's
get it.
tricky in different age groups as well, because you've got all these tactics that you use that work for the kids or the students you're used to. So, for example, just like positioning yourself. Position yourself sounds terrible, but you know, slightly behind someone, in a kind of slightly uncomfortable, and can just be enough to make them realise that okay, they're watching. Like, I need to get back on work. But I remember covering a lesson in my last school in Madrid, and I was covering a primary school lesson, and just finding like none of these approaches work. They were just oblivious, and I had no control over that. It was a class of year 3, I think, and it just nothing I knew worked. And remember thinking that I have nothing. I can't control this class. I had to go and get help.
Yeah,
It was chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the younger ones, especially after that.
Yeah, totally different.
So I'm guessing that you guys can really see the contrast if you have a year 7 class and then a year 12, 13 class.
Absolutely.
Which one do you enjoy more? Well, from what you're saying.
Do you know what? I've always really loved year 9. I think year 9's a great year because you're not on GCSEs, but they're a little bit older where you can have some good conversations with them. Year 9's always been really good, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I really like the GCSE and A level as well, obviously. But I like year 9.
I prefer the A levels.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because you guys are more mature and like you're studying what you like and you can see that you're interested and it's also easier to have a joke. and
I think you become conditioned into
Yes.
being. I teach purely A level at the moment, and I would really struggle if I suddenly inherited a year 8 class. But I think the opposite, if you were teaching Key Stage 3, you would get more used to that.
And I feel like, please tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, for example, if you try to joke around maybe with some year 8s or something, they'll think that it's I don't know how to explain, but it's a class off where you're not going to do any work in that class.
Right. You need that fine line.
Exactly,
you
but
need
then
routines.
I feel like, for example, in our geography class, we can have a laugh, but then we know how to still lock in and settle in, and that we're still going to have to do work. And I think it's a good balance.
Exactly.
So to continue, you guys are humans like any other humans. So I'm guessing that sometimes you have bad days, and sometimes you don't want to go to school. You want to stay in bed and everything. So what keeps you going through the days? What is one motivation that keeps you going to school even though you don't feel like it?
Mortgage.
To be honest, and now I'm going to sound really like someone who doesn't have a life. Coming to work cheers me up. When I have a bad day, if I come to work, I feel happy because I actually enjoy what I'm doing. I really do. So, it's enough lesson with my kids and I feel happier.
Okay.
So, yeah, I know. That sounds really...
No.
No, it's really happy.
I'm the same. I like the routine. I feel like you live to the bell almost. So you get in, you get to break time, you have a coffee, you get to lunch. Then at the end of the day, you get through the week so quick as a teacher. My friends, who work in offices and things, their weeks are so long, bless them. And I think we just go like that through the weeks, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Then of course
like
there are tougher days. There are days that are tougher than others, or when you come to school and you have a horrible cold and you can't breathe. You're like,
yes. And what about you, sir?
I just fill in one of those forms. And, no, the same. I absolutely love work. Like it's essentially geeky, but I genuinely really like it. And if it sounds terrible, but like life with the little kids, I think it's harder. So I honestly think for me at the moment, work is more relaxing than home life. So yeah, I've only got another 15 minutes before. No, genuinely, I think, and sometimes I get to the end, it sounds terrible, but I get to the end of the weekend and think, thank God I got Monday, got to work tomorrow. But yeah, so a balance I think is good.
Don't worry, it's just another 18 years.
No, well, I'm really glad for you guys because if you enjoy your work and enjoy going to school, that's really nice. So I don't know if you guys have ever experienced like very bad stress or almost a burnout. But if you did, how did you deal with it? And if you haven't, how do you deal to not get one? How do you manage to not have one?
You're looking at me.
No, I'm thinking right answer.
I wouldn't say I've had a burnout, but certainly I know when I'm getting stressed. And when I get stressed, I eat more chocolate, eat more of that. Stop doing the sport, stop sleeping as well. Kind of everything you get on top of, you've got the marking piling up. So I think I've got better at kind of saying, right, try and do more sport, try and keep active, I think, outside of school. So that doesn't just become, that's the only part of your life. But yeah, it's difficult, but yeah.
Because I think what you were saying about how you try to do everything at school and you try to not bring it home, I think that's really good because it puts a line in between your work and also your personal life.
Exactly.
And I think that also prevents it a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need that barrier, I think.
What about you guys?
I go out on Friday night.
I agree. That's a good way of leaving. And yeah,
That's it. You're going to ask me where I go.
no, but have you guys ever like felt very overwhelmed and
Yes,
experienced something?
that's normal.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I try to work the summer, prepare everything, so I have everything nicely planned. And for example, I space all the exams. You know, I give you the dates of the exams in September because I space them in such a way that I have time to correct them. That's you know one thing I learned in my first few years teaching, and I try and use my free time to prepare things so then I don't have so much work to do the rest of the term. I don't know, the days in which we have the breaks, like the midterm breaks, the Christmas holidays, I do some work. I mean, and this way I have stuff prepared for the rest of the year, you know, or the next period. And I don't know, just me, but having things sorted and organized makes me feel more
safe.
Yes, and anyways, I'm always stressed regardless of that.
Okay, and you, sir?
I think my wife's a teacher as well, a primary teacher, and I think it annoys her. But I don't feel stressed. I don't get stressed. I sometimes think that what's the worst that could happen? Like you just deal with it, and you just.
Well, that's also good.
It's probably too far the other way, but I don't.
Men don't stress. In general, I see my son. My son is never stressed. I know.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Whatever happens, happens.
Someone said to me, "No one's gonna die."
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
well, we are all going to die.
It's just very half empty.
Okay, so I have I don't know if it's a funny one, but do teachers actually know when students are hiding stuff, or for example when they're cheating in exam, but they just kind of pretend to not see it sometimes?
Yes.
Or do you know, like you know kind of each individual student, how they kind of function?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You can tell when they use language that they wouldn't normally use in an answer, I think.
Actually, well,
you can tell. Yeah, you can tell. ChatGPT has telltale signs. For example, they use I don't know the technical name, the elongated dash, and they structure things the same every time.
Don't give it away.
Sorry, that's the tricks. But yeah, I think you can tell.
Yeah, I mean, I think also I feel like people are getting access to the locked papers on things now.
Actually,
I don't know. I've just heard that. I've not seen that with my own eyes, but I
didn't know about it. Yeah, I mean, some people are just always going to find a way.
But you know what, though? It doesn't bother me too much, because I just think they still have to do the real one in the summer.
Yeah.
So they're only harming themselves.
I know.
Yes, you'll do well on that one test, but...
I know.
Yeah.
Because that's what I used to tell myself, because I remember in school a few years... Well, I don't know if it was last year for GCSEs, but there was a whole story how we were given for the mocks past papers, and that everyone knew the past papers and everything. And I remember telling myself, well... Okay, like, if you want to do well on that, do it, but in the real exam, it won't be a past paper.
Exactly right.
So there's no way I'll, like, do good. So I remember telling myself that.
And anyways, you know, that there is this guy is a psychologist or and an educator anyway. And he thinks that students must be given the possibility to cheat. It's something that you need in order to grow.
Actually, I didn't know that.
It is interesting, isn't it?
You should be cheating more.
Well, but eventually they're not.
They know not to.
Yeah,
So-
it's kind of like with parenting, I'm guessing. Like, if you keep, if you're very strict with your kids, they'll do stuff that you didn't allow them to do.
Yeah.
Like, you have to let them live their own experiences, and then they learn by themselves.
Absolutely.
Sorry, on that, it's quite interesting. Apparently, that's why I'm really freaked out by play parks, because they're dangerous. They've got metal play parks with slides and things, and they have metal everywhere. You know, metal steps and bits where they can fall off. And apparently, they're designed like that to allow kids to the opportunity to fall.
Actually.
And then bump their head maybe in a kind of low stakes environment so that they learn about danger and the need to...
Absolutely, yeah.
That is how you learn, isn't it?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
And in the same way as school, that you learn by making mistakes in tests, exams, whatever. So what do you wish that people understood better about teachers, if there's anything?
Sorry, I'm not sure I understood. What was
Like,
the question?
if what would you wish that people knew about teaching? Because you know how we're saying that students probably just see you as character, but that you're like way more than just their teachers.
I think I would say that it's great. Like, I highly recommend it. It's got lots of problems, and it is stressful, and it is difficult, but it's also really good. Like 13 weeks holiday. You're working with children. I honestly don't feel like it's a job at times. Like, it's lovely. And I wish more people knew that, because I think a lot of people are put off because they hear all these horrible stories.
That's true.
And I think there'd be wonderful teachers, and they go into other jobs and you think, oh, there's so much potential there. So my thing would be, it's great, actually.
I like this because I've heard so many, now that me and my friends and everyone kind of at school are talking about future and university. Obviously, we talked about being teachers, but everyone's like, no, I would never want to do that. But after listening to you guys, it sounds great. It doesn't sound that bad.
It's a very rewarding job.
Yeah.
I may say that.
I know.
Isn't it?
Do you like teaching stuff? Like, I mean, you feel useful in someone's life.
Yeah, the
Because
worst case scenario, you go in and you don't teach well,
Exactly.
and you have no impact. Like, you can only go up.
Yeah.
You can only, if you have a reasonable day, then you've had a good impact, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
I think that being able to pass on some knowledge, whatever knowledge it is, to somebody else is magic, because education, knowledge in general, makes people freer. So I feel that what we are doing as teachers is passing on something that is going to make you guys freer in your lives, and
That's good.
I love that, yeah. It gives them an option, doesn't it?
absolutely, which you wouldn't have otherwise. You know, when I was in school, I used to think that teachers were losers.
We are, really.
You know, similar thing, like why would someone become a teacher? And then when you grow up and you start, as I told you, like I started because I wanted to earn some money to go out when I was at university, and I figured out that it's amazing what I was doing. Being able to pass on something was, for me, so rewarding, and I think it's super important.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And just a question for you, Miss, that I wanted to ask you earlier, but I forgot. How does your son feel about you being his teacher?
I was thinking.
Does he mind, or he finds it normal?
When he was younger, when he was, for example, in year 10, in year 9, he used to tell me, "Don't talk to me. Don't even look at me." Like that. I couldn't even say hello when I met him in the school. He was like, "Don't let anybody know that I'm your son." And I was like, "Hello, we look like each other." Whereas now it's okay, but I'm stricter with him than I am with the other kids.
Actually,
for some reason. Yes.
Well, I've heard that stories because I follow some influencers on social media that she's a young teacher and she has like 5 kids and they're all in her school. And she talks sometimes about her struggle because her kids are in primary, so there's, kind of primary problem with kids and everything. And she says how harsh she is actually with her kids and she doesn't tolerate anything. And she literally treats them like other students.
I think being a teacher, we're so harsh on our children.
Yes.
Like, we are really, and you every moment you look at as a way of kind of shaping their personality in there. And I feel like sometimes we're a little bit too harsh because we approach it like teachers rather than just acknowledging that he's
Okay.
our kids.
Well, some final questions. So if you could give a message to all of your students listening right now, what would it be?
Treasure the possibility that you have, guys, because a lot of people in this world don't have the possibility that you have. First of all, to go to school, and second to go to a school like this one, which is truly brilliant in my opinion, and you have amazing teachers, and you have fantastic facilities, and you have a brilliant life in my opinion, and try and make the most of these years. You're gonna see in the future when you will start working, these years are the best of your life, and are the years that are going to shape the rest of your lives. So, am I right or am I wrong?
That's good. I think that's good.
What about you guys?
I think it's a bit cheesy, but I remember scrolling through YouTube Shorts, and there's a video of this motivational speaker. It's very cheesy, and he's basically saying you should do in life what if your life was a movie. You should do what the audience would be screaming for you to do, and it's really cheesy.
I've seen
but
that.
I tried to kind of live by that a little bit, and moving out to Spain was a big risk financially. It was maybe in some ways not the best option, but I think but it's amazing, and it was the best decision ever. So I feel like you live once, like you should go and do, as long as it's safe, do crazy stuff, enjoy it, particularly before you get too bogged down with family and career. Like go and do some crazy stuff as long as it's safe, and have fun.
I could be crazy and safe. Sorry.
Crazy
No,
and
it's
safe.
a borderline. Borderline.
And you, sir?
Similar, kind of do what you enjoy and kind of pursue them passions, I think, and then hopefully get a career from that, and just try and do what you enjoy in life.
And finally, what advice would you give someone who wants to be a teacher?
Move to Spain.
Be a teacher in Spain, in Sunnyview School.
Yeah. Try and get some experience in a school before you go into it, see what it's like, and and just have a good attitude. And no one's going to die, as I've just said. Have fun, enjoy it, try different things, and go in with a positive attitude.
Okay. Nothing to add? No?
Yeah, I would say you can try it. It's never, you could try it for a couple of years, and then you could change it. I think it develops transferable skills that you could go, people skills, emotional intelligence that you could use in other fields. So, just try, like I say, just try things. If it doesn't work out, you can kind of pivot into something else.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys, for this podcast. I had so much fun, and I hope you guys had fun. And we'll see you next week for next week's podcast.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was good fun.
I love that.
She's great.
You